Hello. Can I know the next step I need to take for my career growth? Sure. Did you want me to do a paid version, or did you want to just do like the mini free one? Um, there's description in the description. There's links to make a payment for like a longer reading, or there's just, or if you just want to have like a quick free message, I can do that. But yes, I can answer that question. Something's wrong with my ear. It started ringing when I was getting ready, and now it's like deaf. Can't hear out of it. Let me know if you're still here. Hold on, let me. I want all messages. I don't know why it does that. It turns them all off. Okay. Hello. So, yeah, just let me know. I don't know if you're still here. If you're still here, let me know if you want a free one or a paid one. The free ones are just a quick little like one card. The paid ones you can do $5 or $10. Hello, Tarot with Stars. I'm assuming that's Monica. Considering she has a wrench. I don't think I've given anybody else a wrench. Hello, how are you? Hi, how are you? Sudan PK. Oh, you're part of my Patreon. Okay, you get a free one. Sorry. If you are part of my Patreon, let me know that way I'm not like I'm stupid sometimes. There's a lot of people in my Patreon that I don't know, like I don't talk to them on a regular basis. So he's part of the Patreon. He gets a free question. Sorry about that. Um, so anybody who wants to take advantage of that, the Patreon, anybody in the $5.55 a month tier and up get a free question whenever I go live. There's tons of readings in there. I do readings every month. There's all different tiers, but the $5.55 opens up all the readings, and they're like, I kind of do like there's one's on Sundays, one's on Wednesdays, one's on Fridays, one's on Saturdays, and I alternate them. Let me see. He's asking about the next step in his career. So, sorry about that. I do know you. I forget sometimes. Sorry about that. Hi there. Hello. Hello, everybody. So, yes, I know Monica, you're part of the Patreon. Chris, you're part of the Patreon. Sudan, I don't know if I'm saying it right, it's part of the Patreon. So they get a free question. Other people, you can ask a free question. It will just be like a mini, like one card. But I do a little bit longer for them because they are part of the Patreon. So Sudan asked basically the next step to take for the career growth. All right, so I've got my Sacred Wealth Code here, and I like it. So we got Venus coming through with the artist, and it says, I create my vision. And I've been having a lot of synchronicity with art. Like I literally was doing something earlier and I found this, which ties into the thing that I am still going to make a video to share with you guys. I've been watching a lot about it and learning about the different algorithms so that I would know like what I'm talking about, because there's a lot of contradictive stuff about it. But what I've decided, or what I figured out, is that there's always going to be contradictive things within art, because art is perspective. Like, you know, it's about perspective and it's subjective. But this is something I bought years ago when I was doing this shit without knowing I was doing this shit, and it changed my life back then. So this, just like, it's easy too. It's like you don't have to be an artist to do it. It's like patterns, and everything up here is patterns. But yours specifically is the artist. So I feel like getting creative with art is going to help you. Let me see what the page says, because it has good messages within it, and it is on page 43. So Sudan 43, it says, the artist is a creator, an inventor, an innovator, a musician, a dancer, performer, a writer, or a visionary. As an artist, you have deep reverence for beauty and can see it almost everywhere. You are inspired by the beauty in the world, and you express the wealth of your visions through your art to uplift the world. Your primary motivation is to create. Your viewpoint is unique, and needs to be channeled through your chosen medium to full expression in order for you to realize your value. So there's so many different mediums that you can use. Yeah, yes, you are an artist. Okay. Oh no, yes, you are part of the Patreon. Sorry, but you are an artist too. So I find that a lot of people who, I know you're into the spiritual stuff, you want to do something with your spiritual gifts. People who are spiritually inclined usually are artistic. They usually have some sort. Thank you for the donation. I will get to yours too. They usually have like an artistic type of thing within them. Like they see the beauty in the world. They look at mandalas, like mandalas are beauty. They go out in nature, they see the beauty in nature, and they see the beauty in other people, and they channel what is needed. And that's what an artist is a channel. So you're channeling energy, but you can channel that energy in so many different ways. Like you can channel it and make something physical. You can channel it and help people like physically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. But you got to figure out what's the one that you want to channel into. And sometimes we don't know because we haven't done it yet. Or sometimes we get so caught up on it has to just be one thing. It can't be multiple things. It can't be like I do this for 6 months and then I do this for 6 months, because we live in a world that has taught us like you go to school, you figure out what the fuck you want to be before you're 18, and then you do that for the rest of your life. And that's not growth, that's not evolution, that's not what anybody really wants to do. I started exploring neurographica after you. Okay, awesome. So I feel like they're wanting you to use that type of thing into what you're doing, because I feel like it will help. Like I know it will help people, because not only you set an intention, you're actually physically doing something, but it has been proven to actually help up here too. So I'm going to be sharing more about that and doing more about that, but also take that inspiration from doing that and see how you can apply it in other ways, because you can take that ability to channel and get creative in those moments and turn it into something else. Like earlier today, I just made a candle. But while I'm making the candle, I'm channeling the energy of abundance. And so when I first came up with that, I'm like, okay, I know that this and this and this represent abundance. So I put frankincense, patchouli, and myrrh in there. And then I also add a little bit of cinnamon and peppermint, because that also feels warm and abundant to me. And then I put these types of crystals in there because I know they represent abundance. And then I asked specifically to help that person to channel that energy in there to help them with their intention to create abundance. And the same thing with the spray. And the same thing with these things. Like when I made these, there was an intention to help people with their community, to get the bee energy, to bring in their community and to feel abundant and all of that. And every day there's something different that we can create. So they're wanting you to just basically use art right now as like a channel for yourself to get inspired, because I feel like it will help you to get the right ideas on what your next step is. And maybe your next step will include specifically art. Maybe you'll find that you really love neurographica and you're going to help other people in that way. Or maybe it's going to put something together in your mind that helps you to figure out a different way to approach it. Because there's so many modalities out there. And most of the modalities out there have people that are like, this worked for me. Because like attracts like. So if you're supposed to be doing something and you feel a certain frequency and energy inside of yourself, and you're guided to channel it into, like when I did Alcyon light healing, there's tons of people who did Alcyon light healing. They love Alcyon light healing. It changed their life, blah, 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 blah. Because they were called to it. It resonated for them. But there's other people out there that see it, they don't like it, they go buy it, they find something else. Like they're more into Reiki, or they're more into Muneki, or they're more into neurographica, whatever. But you are inner referenced, and because you see from the inside out, you have the ability to make your inspiration a reality that others can see, feel, hear, or touch. You're well liked and naturally connective, and have a magnetism, why can't I say that, which enhances your power of attraction. You draw people to you through your creations. As an artist, you dwell in the right brain where you have a plenitude of creative ideas. Typically, you take a non-traditional approach in your work, and you love to forge new ways of doing things. One of your superpowers is to weave ideas and mediums together in new ways. This makes you a valuable resource of creative solutions for logistical left brain thinkers. So everything that you've been learning and everything that you've been like exploring at this time. Hey everybody, thank you. Because I know he's in the top tier of my Patreon. So in the top tier of my Patreon, he's getting Muneki, he's getting Alcyon light healing, he's getting the Nooserites, he's getting like everything that I put in there, the Starites. So you're getting a lot of stuff at this time, and but what you can do is what I did. I did that back in the day. Like I learned Reiki, and then I learned New Paradigm, and I learned Moon Reiki, and then I learned this, and I learned that. And I'm also like creative, so I did the candles and the aromatherapy, and then I got the epoxy, and then I got this shit and that shit and all this crazy stuff. But crystals, anything, take what you've learned and what feels good to you and allow yourself to be inspired on how you want to deliver that to others, and then get over that hump of just putting it out there and knowing that the first time that you put stuff out there, it may not attract a billion people, but if you're consistently putting it out there and consistently like allowing that, like, oh, nobody saw it, nobody liked it, to go to the side, they eventually will start seeing it and liking it, and more of that will happening. I'm planning some retreats, so I will use art-based healing as part of it. Perfect. I have a course too on literally like shamanism and art, and there's so many things that you can do that like bridge those two worlds together. Because like you go outside, you get leaves, you get a bunch of leaves, and you make a mandala. Or there's another thing where it's like you create a painting outside. But when you create the painting outside, you just get some sticks, you walk around in the yard, you find stuff like, oh, here's an acorn, oh, here's the stick, here's a leaf, here's a rock, here's whatever. You collect all those things and you make like a little frame, and then in the frame you put down stuff in there that represents different things. Like the leaf is my problems, the rock is my ability to stand strong amongst these problems, and this is something else that's going on in my life. And we leave it for a few days, and when we come back, nature has done stuff. So maybe that fucking problem blew away, or it's like something ran through it and the rock moved. So it's like now you're more solid in this area of your life. But it's also, again, subjective, and it's perspective, and it's stuff that you could do with people. But I have that course. There's a lot of stuff in there, and I've done a lot of stuff already. So I will share more of that into the top tier there, so you can get more inspiration. But take what you feel guided to do too, and incorporate art, because I feel like they're calling you to be the artist. It's just more synchronicity. I love to blend shamanism too. Can you share the course name? Yeah, it's in my Udemy that someone purchased for me. So I will share it in there and let you see what it is. And share some of the stuff that's in there so that you can see that too. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I can share it for you to see, and some of what's in there. I didn't go through the whole thing yet because there's so many in there that I have to go through, but you are a visionary, so remember that. And yeah, be like the artist and try to bridge those worlds together, and just keep doing it till you find, even not till you find, until you find your flow, to continue to grow and to continue to expand and continue to like just to let it go. Like, let's just let it, like, we don't need someone else to tell us what to do, because we already have something. We're all creative. We're all inspired. And we don't have to stick to this for the rest of our days. Like, we could do a retreat this month that's all about this, and the next month we do a retreat that's all about that. So just let yourself, evolve. But thank you very much. Let me go back up here. So hello. How is everybody doing? Thank you for being here. And my Patreon people, you are welcome to ask me your questions. If you are a Patreon person and I don't know your name like off the top of my head, because there's some of you in there that are paying to be in there, and I don't have your names off the top of my head. Thank you very much, Chris. And so Karen sent me a donation. I'm going to do hers first because she paid, and then other people, let me know what your question is, or if you're still in here. And then Patreon people, like, I know some of you in here off the top of my head. So hello, Karen. She wants a love reading. I don't know what's wrong with my brain for a moment. Let me see what comes through with this one. We'll see. Sometimes I don't like this one. Sometimes it just depends. Like, sometimes it has a lot, and sometimes it doesn't. Great. I also love the okay. Yes, you're welcome. Thank you. All right, so let's see what's going on in love. We got the boiling point coming through. So I feel like there's something that's coming to a boiling point. I've talked to a lot of people. I know you specifically are part of like that collective of people who dealt with twin flame stuff and all of that. There's a lot of people in the twin flame community that have been receiving communication, or having different things happening in their situations, like coming to boiling points. Like, there's a married person and has a twin flame outside of the marriage, and like the twin came back and was like, are you still with your person? Oh, but yes. Let me come up with 1,000 excuses as to why. And so it's like coming to a boiling point, because like eventually that person's not going to wait anymore. So there's things like that happening where it's like things are coming to a boiling point. People are reaching out to each other. Communication is happening. And I feel like it's like now or never. for certain people, and it's again just like some people are just gonna be like, all right, like if it's not now, it's never, because I feel like people want marriage, people want commitment, they don't want to wait anymore, they don't want like bullshit, you know, they don't want to like keep spending the rest of their time by themselves or waiting for someone to do something that they have not done yet. So we have all you see is love, and I feel like this boiling point is coming for you where you will start to see more love and you will start to see more commitment, okay? So I know you kind of been feeling that way anyways, where it was like frustration around like not wanting to wait, giving other people chances. Every time you go out on a date, something fucks up. It's like what the fuck, something has to give because you're trying to do everything right, and sometimes it feels like nothing's really going right. But I feel like you've been taking notes on what to do, and you've been taking notes on all of that stuff. And I feel like you're going to get a break, okay? Because you got lunch card here. So it's like you're going to be surprised. There's going to be some sort of break. Somebody does want more moments with you. I don't know. I haven't talked to you in a while. So I don't know if you've been dating new people. I can only imagine that if you're dating new people, you may be having such of the same things. Other people have been such bad prospects. Yeah. So that's every time I talk to you, that's what comes through. Is like every motherfucker I talk to or every person I like give a fucking chance to leaves me like that, like feeling drained, feeling like whatever. And I feel like there's a part of that. There's a part of that I have to be honest. I feel like some of that is because you don't want those other people. You want the person that you want, that you feel that soul connection with, that is like a chosen, like that's who you would like to be with. So I feel like in some cases it's almost like nobody's going to be able to come up to that level of that amazing chemistry or that level of divine, you know, whatever, divinely guided to this person. You're never going to find that in other people. Well, you're thinking like that's that person, that's that way, you know what I mean? And honestly, I know some of the people you dealt with were not great people, but I feel like there's all reasons for that, and I think you've been taking notes on that. And it's like you're again coming to that boiling point where like I don't want to keep doing that shit. I don't want to waste my time in these situations with these people that don't serve me. And you don't have to settle. You don't have to wait for anything. But you might want to also open up and feel like if there is another divinely guided divine masculine that's going to be at that level, please bring them in so that I can receive somebody. Because right now there's a resistance where it's like this person that I feel all that stuff for, they're not at that level. They're not doing it. They're not behaving in that way. They haven't stepped up into that plate. You've labeled them that, you've given them that energy, you feel that way about them. You're giving them that like, okay, divine masculine, but they're not doing it for themselves. So in your situation as a divine feminine, you have a decision. Do I wait for this guy to become divine masculine, or do I allow for divine masculine in the form that it wants to be to show up? And I feel like you've been doing that, and you've been trying to do that, and it's not your fault that there's people out there that just kind of suck. But you are multifaceted, and I feel like there are other options for you, okay? Try to be mindful about where you go for people too. Like, probably not going to find divine masculine at the bar. Probably not going to find divine masculine like who's a drinking all the time. You know, somebody that's dirty and messy. Like, and I know there's like when you have a group friends, there's like these people who know each other, and there's just been some dirty, messy stuff that like I've noticed where like when there's multiple people, I feel like you need to step outside of like where you've been and start looking in other places. And you may be surprised when you step outside and you start looking at other places, it may create the space for the dude that you've been wanting to come in to that degree or to that level or to find himself at that place, because I feel like he's just had a hard time. I'm afraid of opening up my heart again, and I feel like that's also on both sides. I feel like he's afraid and you're afraid, you know, like, and I think that's why sometimes, like I saw something the other day, the guy it was like a little short thing, and he was like, I actually, I want you to send me someone that's special for me. And God's like, I did, but you didn't like the way they blinked. So keep that type of stuff in mind too. That like sometimes they are out there, but we're like, nah, because we're afraid, or because we are so specific within our mind about what we think it's supposed to look like or be like. Don't be afraid to open your heart again. But I feel like he is too, the person that you've been connected with. So how is he feeling at this time? We got dark. Yeah, not a surprise. It's funny because I was in a messy group of friends, and anyone I met through there was just a mess. And I've been wanting to distance from that. Yeah, so yeah. I have not talked to you in a long time, so it's obviously divinely spirits like, don't do that. Listen to your gut, listen to your intuition. When I ask about him, I'm not surprised about this because every time I've asked about him in the last few years, we get this type of energy. I feel like he has a lot of depression, he has a lot of darkness, he carries a lot of wounds and trauma and not good stuff. It says, I'm afraid you're not going to want me if you see the truth. Okay, so it's like, it's easier for me to hide. It's easier for me to not open my heart. It's easier for me to be over here doing my thing, and things aren't always as they appear. So it's like, that's self-sabotage. It's nothing to do with you. You haven't done anything wrong. It's not like your fault. We can't take responsibility for how other people are or aren't. And I feel like he's just been hurt so many times in his life. There's been people that have been unfaithful to him. He's been hurt in childhood. He's just been hurt over and over. And he's trying to do the right thing. But I feel like his darkness and his sadness and his like exhaustion keeps him in a downward spiral, and it keeps him from being able to step up to the level that you deserve, or even emanates divine masculine. So it's like, we can't be in a divine union with a divine masculine that feels like a piece of crap, that labels himself toxic and karmic and miserable and no good and not worthy and all of that stuff. So I do feel like that is something he's struggling with, and there's really not much you can do about that. It's like, you can hold space for him and, work on yourself and hope that he continues to rise. But also think of that in the same instance too, of like, you're hanging out with messy people and you're getting involved in messy situations. Listen to that, because if we want him to rise up out of his mess and out of his darkness and out of his chaos, we got to listen to ourselves and do that on our side. So you inspire my mind and you fill me with like creative. Again, the creative energy's been coming through a lot. That thing I was talking about a little while ago, the neurographica, it's a very simple thing. You don't have to be an artist. You can just do it. It can help you to overcome blocks in communication. It can help you to receive communication. It can help you to do basically anything. You want to get money, you want a new job, you want to heal trauma. It redoes all of this shit up in here, and it's like proven to do that. So yeah, we got inspired. So I feel like doing some of that. And again, it doesn't take, like, if you get a smaller piece of paper, it takes a lot less time. Get a bigger piece of paper, going to take a lot more time. But your light illuminates my mind and soul. So I feel like you can inspire him and you can get creative in the ways that you work on what's going on your side, and, open up the channels of energy on his side. But, doing something like that may help to get out of that energy. Like, I want him to be able to feel comfortable talking to me. And then when we're doing it, it's like, what are the blocks in that? Because he feels dark and he feels depressed, and maybe he's, overwhelmed because of the distance. And we know that he looks at you and he sees you living your best life, and that intimidates him. So it's like, let's help him to see the truth of the reality that, like, that's not the case, that I'm still sad. And, like, I got my own stuff over here. And just keep distancing yourself from the shit that on your side isn't good. So he is feeling weak, and I do feel like, he lives in this area. I don't blame him. It's dark and miserable here. But he is trying to be more responsible. So I feel like he is trying to do, and you are too. So keep on that path of being responsible, being inspired, doing what you need to do for yourself, to come out of any of that, like being exhausted, being drained, being like, what the hell? Why do I keep dealing with this stupid shit? I hate most people, LOL. It doesn't appear so based on yeah. And so think about that too. Like, your authenticity is very important, and a lot of times we put that aside for the sake of social media and for the sake of other people. We think we're doing the right thing by being nice and pretending like, oh yeah, in reality it causes things to get misconstrued because it's not really us. It's inauthentic. The highest vibration that you can be at is authenticity. So if you are emanating out like a little bit of falseness within stuff, it will push people away. It will push things out of your reality, and they don't know why. You know what I mean? So like, you don't have to be like, I hate everybody, I hate all people. And I don't even think you do. I know I do not like people either. But I try to help them. You know what I mean? So there's kind of like I don't like the way people behave. I don't like the way a majority of the people on our planet are. But I like my community because I know a lot of my community gets that. I want to help people to stop being that way. And I know, like, you wouldn't do what you do if you actually hated people. You wouldn't be like, let me be a care for the people, all these kids in the school. And, like, there's stuff that you do that proves otherwise. but you do not like the people that emanate on a certain vibration. But when you come down to that level of pretending like, okay, I do, you kind of resonate at that same frequency of those fake people, of those people who are all about bullshit, who are all about how they appear and how, like, how much money they got and how they look online, right? So don't worry about that stuff. Be your authentic self, and know that the more you can be authentic, the more you're going to illuminate him. And it's going to help guide him out of his motherfucking darkness. Look at that. So illuminate your true self, be authentic. Don't shy away from that. You know, you don't have to be like, but if you want to, like, get his trust, you want to be the most authentic version of yourself. And remember, he liked you for you. And when he was with you, he also did not like other people. He wasn't, like, comfortable talking to, he was using you to talk to other people because he was uncomfortable with other people. So use that to your degree, because he probably I know he perceives you out there living your best life, having fun with all these people, hanging out with this one, hanging out with that one, doing this, doing that, going here, going there. And it looks awesome sauce on the thing, but in reality, under the surface, all you want is him. And, like, you don't care about all that other stuff. It's just surface stuff. It's not a big deal to you. But think about that, so that he can be his authentic self, and overcome his anxiety and his nervousness and all of that. But yeah, I think that will help you, because he's definitely haunted by darkness. So do what you can do to come out of the darkness, but also to own your darkness, to own those parts of you that are dark, to own those parts of you that are, like, you know what I mean? Like, they're not, those aren't, like, the most, like, oh yeah, everybody, but you know, a lot of people will resonate with it, and they'll, like, be drawn to it because it's authentic. And that's how, like, even people who suck, people who are like, oh, I don't take care of my kids and I've been abusing them, there's other people who flock to them and support them because they're the same way. So, like, don't worry about that. Know that the right people will flock to you, and the more authentic you are, I think the more illuminate his path to be able to come out of his seclusion and feel more comfortable in your presence or communicating with you. Because right now there's a block in that area where, yeah, he's anxious, he's not feeling good, and he's looking at you like you're living, you're all good, you're all great. So I don't want to bring this over there. All that misery and all that darkness needs some light. So illuminate your truth and be the best version of you, and get away from the people that you don't like, and don't pretend like you do. All right, so thank you very much. I'm gonna go back up here and see. Let me know if you guys are still up in here, and my Patreon people, let me know if you have questions. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you. Yeah, so the Patreon is basically like, you get an email whenever I upload, and there's an app on the phone for some people. You can have it in the app, or you can have it through the email, but anytime I put new content on and it goes to those people's tiers, they get notifications. And thank you for saying it's awesome, Chris. I'd like a card. Okay, so let me know if you guys are still here. Is Drew still here? I know Chisa, I don't even know how to say your name. Chisa. How is Stephen currently feeling about me this week? Distance. You feel very far away from him at this time, I have coming through. So you feel very far away. I feel like there's been deceptiveness. There's been distance. There's just been, and I this was like how it was last week when we connected. There was distance, and there was like a deceptive energy, and I feel like some of that was around that girl that was there. The people that, yeah, I'm walking a thin line between okay and not okay. Like, he's kind of unstable, feeling distant, feeling deceived within himself, you know, how he behaves and how he's showing up. There's like an inauthentic energy there, because I don't think he's very happy in the circumstances that are there. You're welcome, Karen. Thank you. So yeah, you know, and again, I want to make you happy. So we saw that last week too. He wants to make you happy, and I feel like he doesn't feel like he knows how to with the current circumstances that are happening. So it's causing distance and separation and all of that. But if people are still in here and you're wanting to ask a free question, let me know. And then the other people that are here, like my Patreon people, I don't know if Chris is still here. If you're open to receive, let me know. And then Monica, if you have a question, let me know. Monica is part of my Patreon. I saw you have a message that you retracted, so I don't know if you have a question or not. You are welcome. And anybody else, you can ask a free question, or in the description box, you can do $5 or $10. and or through the super chat thing, and I do like a 5-minute or a 10-minute, whatever you want to ask. But my Patreon people who are in the $5 and up tier, they get a free question whenever I go live. You're welcome. Doop, doop, doop. Let me know what's going on. I know Chris is always open to receive. I just want to make sure that he's even here. And other people. Last time I did this live, I had some like black stuff up here and on here the whole time that I never saw because I try not to look at myself. But now I have like a here, a hair, a hair, a hair somewhere. Boop, 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 doop, boop, doop, boop. Promo, boop. All right. So, hello, peoples. Anybody have a question? I can just get some messages for the collective while we're waiting for someone to let me know if they have a question or not. Monica, Chris, others. I know there was other people in here, but I want to make sure you're still in here so that I don't waste time. Drew, if you're in here, let me know. Sage, let me know if you're in here. Other people, let me know if you're in here. For the rest of you guys that are just sitting here not saying anything, we have a man coming through. So there could be a man that is interested in you, or you could be a man, a love interest that you're asking questions about, something to do with time. People may want to know like what's going on with the time. I think the perfect timing is coming into alignment with people. Maybe to move up to the next level. We got fiance, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, you know, people coming together in that type of way. I've been seeing a lot of people doing that type. Yeah, so we're at a crossroads. Thank you. I appreciate you letting other people have a chance. Usually there's a bunch, like there was a whole bunch of people saying stuff, but that's why I was like, let me not just answer questions if they're not still up in here, because then it's a waste of time. So with the crossroads, I feel like people are coming to a crossroads, kind of like what I was saying with Karen. There's like a boiling point for people coming, you know. There could be new love coming in, there could be old love coming in. I feel like there's opportunities, but people need, there could be both too. It's like you could have old people coming in, new people coming in, and you may just be trying to weigh out the options in your life at this time. Where the fuck is this hair? And I feel like there's a lot of choices that people have, but you have the free will to decide which way you're going to go. So go to where you feel passionate, go towards where you feel like a deep connection. Okay, with the death card here, something that you feel like is going to change, because if you've been doing the same thing over and over, you've been dating the same people over and over, sometimes that, you know, just keeps the same outcome. Or if you approach it in the same way as the last time, you're not going to have a good time, right? Like we want to have a transformation in the way that we're approaching our love situations, in the directions that we're taking. So like if every time I do this and it gets me to that outcome that I don't like, let me change that up, or let me approach it in a new way, or let me even open up new opportunities or new people that could have a different outcome. So yeah, we get the Lovers. I feel like there's going to be a lot of options in love for people. Adaptable, versatile, witty, changeable, flexible. So be flexible. Maybe date more than one person. Sometimes people get weird about that too, where they're like, they meet someone, they like someone, and they just consistently be with that one someone and focus on that one someone. But sometimes that one someone isn't doing that back, right? So keep your options open and look for the option to change from where you've been in the past. Because a lot of times we keep dating the same person in a different body, or we keep going through the same lesson over and over. Like, oh, I meet these people who do this, that, the other, and then I meet these people who do the same thing over and over. So let me follow a new path. Let me get a new way. Let me forgive what has been too, so I could open my heart up to true affection and romance and joy and bliss and have goodness, rather than, you know, the same old stuff happen. So we're learning from the past and we're letting go. You know, it's a culmination of a lifetime. We're becoming more experienced, more compassionate, knowing what's going to lead us to fulfillment. And some of you could have communication coming in. Some of you could have an email contact, some sort of news coming in that's going to make your wishes come true. Good people's coming in. Oops. No, I don't want that. So, where can I share this? Copy. I'm currently working on me becoming the best version of myself and holding space for Steven. Good job. Keep doing that. Seeking guidance. I don't know who's seeking guidance. Nobody here. If anybody has a question, let me know. My Patreon people are up here. Let me know. I work with our higher selves daily, which is very helpful. Nice. It's a good thing to do. Waiting on a question. You can have a free question or a paid question. If you're a Patreon person, you get a free question. Let me know. Anybody can ask a free question. It will just be like a minimum reading. If you want a $5 or a $10 reading, it's more in depth. I know my Patreon people were in here, but I don't know where they went. I don't want to answer them if they're not in here. I know, actually, I could do Jenny because Jenny's not going to come in, most likely. So I could tell her. She's at 36 minutes. So let's see. Jenny is usually open to receive. Oh, here's Chris. Okay, open to receive any guidance or insights I may have missed. All right. Thank you for your question. So this is for Chris. It's part of the Patreon. Anybody in the $5 tier and up gets to ask free questions when I go live. And they get readings all throughout the month. And little like updates about what's going on astrologically. All right, so you got beliefs keeping you stuck. There may be some beliefs that you are holding on to at this time that you may even have awareness about, okay? This is my Toxic Triggers deck, and it says, like, stop sweeping it under the rug. So there's something that you know, but you're like, nah, I'm just going to pretend like that's not the case. I'm just going to, you know. So, and you're like, is there anything I may have missed? Like, you know that there's something that you missed, but it's like you didn't even really miss it. You just kind of like, you know, are just like, yeah, it's okay. I'll think about that later. I'll put that back on the back burner, you know, and that's okay, you know, that's okay. But they're saying it is time to face the triggers. So it could be to do with dad, it could be to do with yourself, it could be to do with childhood, it could be to do with like something specific. You're gonna know better than I am what it is, because it's up to you to bring that awareness to yourself and then others. And this has been a recurring message for you about like it's time for you to do something with what you receive for messages. So it's like it's time for you to share more, put things out there on a grander scale. Whether it's like you start meeting people in person and doing this, or you start doing it online, or you write a book, or you know, and again, you don't even have to do, like, when I say that to people, they get overwhelmed about it. Like, you don't have to tell people it's you. You can make a Facebook account, you can make an Instagram account, you can make a YouTube, you can make any mother freaking thing and be like, blah, blah, blah. This is the name of it. And do, especially now with all the AI crap, it's like, it's very easy for people to make a channel that doesn't even use your voice or your image or anything like that. But like, sometimes it helps people get over the hump of putting themselves out there to begin with, when it's not so obvious that this is me and I got to tell everybody it's me. But you may be surprised that if you do put yourself out there, it will help you. You know, it will help you to get out of any bad habits or behaviors that may be keeping you stuck. Because I feel like there is some sort of belief. Maybe you feel like I'm not worthy of that yet, or I don't know enough, but like, you know way more than most people about something. Most people do. Most people have something that they know about, that they can tell others about, that like, even if you're only a day ahead, you can still help people by being that day ahead, or by having something a little bit like you know about all the weather stuff, you like all the conspiracy stuff. There's so many things that people do that are just ridiculous. that is just freaking ridiculous. That like you could actually bring something of value that's not ridiculous. Like I saw people last night, their whole account is just fake videos of like demon attacks and like being abducted by, and it's so freaking horribly obvious that it's fake, but there's people that believe it and they have tons of followers believe. I'm like, oh my god. So like you can literally do anything and people will watch it, but you have something to bring awareness to others that will actually help the collective and not be like, you know. But your guides are protecting you too, so don't feel like if I put myself out there then I might put myself out for some risk. There's something that's inside of you that you're meant to be bringing to others, and it could even be to do with like nature and the animals and like the weather, because you've been having a lot of weather stuff, right? So I feel like there's a reason that that's happening to you. I've always had problem with putting myself out there. I'm not big on attention. You don't even have to be the center of attention. You could literally like have AI be the voice. You could literally just have images. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be you that's there. You can even make an AI person that like there's people who use cartoons, there's people who just like use like freaking images that still have like the what do you call it? Like the watermarks on it and stuff. You don't have to be the center of attention on something to bring awareness to others about what's going on, you know? But I feel like you deserve it. There's nothing wrong with it to put yourself out there. You have something of value to deliver, and there's a reason that this has been coming up for you, because there, you know, there's other people that will need that. You know, there's other people that can learn that. I learned something hush hush about the blob anomaly. Ooh, see, you need to tell people that other people won't know. You got to tell people about the anomalies. You got to tell people about these things so that other people know, because that's part of the problem with the world is like a lot of people don't know and a lot of people are afraid to tell people, but you will be spiritually protected. And that's the awesome thing too about putting yourself out there with like a different name or a different, you know, something around it. People aren't going to know that it's you, so you're still safe in that degree. You can even get like there's things that you could put on your computer so like nobody can track you, but they're saying to step out of your comfort zone. So I feel like there is something that you're meant to share with the world about maybe weather or other things to that degree. Use your senses, your intuition to inform yourself and others. And remember who you are and where you came from. So you're here to do something specific, and they want you to take your power back with positive self-talk and share that with the world. But go outside, connect with nature. It will help you to nurture yourself and escape the traps of the mind. But there is something for you to share, I feel, with the world, for sure. Don't run from the truth. Allow yourself to put it out there. And it's so easy to, you know, even like it depends on the place, but like most of the places now, like Instagram, TikTok, they have editors built in, and CapCut is integrated with TikTok. But like if you go into CapCut, it's free. A lot of stuff in there is free. They have all the things that you can just boop 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 boop, and it's like, or go into Canva, which is free, and boop, 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 boop. Like, it's very easy to get things that, like, align to what you're talking about. And sometimes people just take clips of others' videos or clips of things off the internet and put those together and talk about it. And if it's interesting, if it's something people need to know about, people will watch it. But yeah, that was for Chris. I don't know if my other people are here or not. If, boop-a-da-boop. Monica is here. I don't think she is. I'm not sure. Monica, if you are here, let me know. I'm going to do for 43 minutes. 43. This is for one of my Patreons, Jenny. What does Jenny need to know right now? Get back into the moment, grounding. Okay, so Jenny needs to get back into the present moment. It's a free reading for her because she's a Patreon member over the 555 tier. Afraid to love again. I feel like getting back into the present moment is going to help you to love yourself and bring in the love that you may be afraid of, but is okay to have, because you're no longer who you were before. I'm going to have to look into it. You know, I'm not big on the social media stuff. It's so foreign to me. No problem. On the newer channel that I made, the Bridget Rau Essentials channel, there's quite a few videos in there that show like how to use CapCut, how to do different things, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It's not hard. I got more stuff to put up there. I've been making videos. I just have to post them, finish editing them, but I've shown like how to edit stuff, how to make stuff, and sometimes people just go crazy. Like, it's just like they just do something without even putting that much effort into it. It just depends on if it's meant to be, you know. But yeah, I feel like there's some, you don't even have to do that. You could write a book, or you know, like share something specific that you feel guided to. Could be with like certain, maybe you need to go outside and connect with people in the area to tell them the message. But I do feel like there is something. You are welcome. Thank you. So with Jenny, you are evolving, and they're wanting you to get back into the present moment and recognize that it's okay to love yourself again. You may be running from some sort of truth around this. Maybe you're like, I don't know, I'm ready to love. I totally want love. Boop. But there could be something that we're missing. You know, like the messages I just gave to Chris about, like, sometimes we're sweeping something under the rug, and it's like we're not realizing, like, oh yeah, like I still have that fear. So it says you and your lover fear being hurt again. I feel like there's someone out there that does want to love you, and there's somebody that you could love, you know, but, you know, acknowledging that you are changed from who you were in the past when you got hurt, or the times that things didn't work out well, or evolving on the other side of things, like the other person they maybe have evolved as well, and it's okay to acknowledge that and cut those cords from the past people, because like you grew up with people, this is again for Jenny, in the past that were not good people. They were narcissistic, mom, dad, like people in the family, people romantically, people friendship, people career. This was a recurring thing. So when that happens, yeah, of course we're gonna be like, no, I don't really want to let anybody in. I get it. I don't really want to let anybody in either, because it's not fun when they do that. And it's like we get love bombed, we get treated great for a few moments, and then it's like, heh heh. But I feel like you are being called back to the present moment to acknowledge that you are an empath and that you have a lot of gifts in it. Your extra sensitive soul is both a blessing and a curse, and you can use that extra sensitivity to help you. So use your sensitivity to inform yourself when someone is going to be good or when somebody isn't going to be good. And do some rituals to get rid of the residual bullshit that's gone around you. Processing the old wounds and working with the rhythm of creation. Come up with your own ritual. Come up with your own thing that you want to do to help you to learn the hidden lessons within all of this, and know that it's time for the end of that cycle. It's time to get back into this present moment and allow yourself to start over, and remember that you are not from here. You have a home in another place, and you're meant to bring awareness to others and help others and heal others. And the first step is to acknowledge the pain that you've been through and to figure out what you are passionate about, because that is your purpose. And joy comes from within, so we're not going to seek it outside of ourselves. We're going to allow ourselves to not like lie to ourselves. You know, we're going to trust our intuition. We're going to stop doing the same things over and over, or distracting ourselves. I feel like you got a lot of stuff going on. You're very busy. And so it's like you're not even giving yourself a moment to feel that extra sensitivity or to acknowledge that, like, that deep thing in there. Maybe you are, but I feel like they want you to do it a little bit deeper and to affirm your power back and talk to yourself with positive self-talk, and to keep looking forward, because you're not going backwards. So it's like I'm cutting the cords, I'm letting go of what was. I'm not going to focus on what was anymore, because I'm going to be in this present moment, grounded right here and now, in my power, taking it slow. And I'm not going to avoid the truth. I know, like, I've been hurt, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that's going to be the way it's going to be forever. And meditating, you know, even just a few minutes a day, I feel like is going to be significant, like maybe with a certain intention about grounding. Like if you're doing a lot, right, and you're delivering stuff and you're doing that, stop like every hour and just get grounded back to the present moment, and know that you have a true support system around you, a community of people who care about you, and all that you are going through is meant to make you stronger. And if you've been feeling anxiety, again, get back into the present moment, because that will help you to let that go. Release the old wounds, keeping you in a karmic cycle. It's time to cry and let it go. All right, hello. Doopity boop boop boop. Hello. So I'm doing free ones for my Patreon people, and if people want like a quick little free one, I will do like a couple cards for that. If you want like a longer, more in-depth 5 or 10 minute reading, there's description box links for a $5 or $10 donation, or the super chats. And then let's see. Okay, we got that one. But if you're just looking for a quick little, like, couple message, let me know what the question is. She likes this guy, but the guy isn't ready to be with anyone, and I told her to go slow, but she's not, and I'm trying to keep my mental health stable and focus on wow, so be happy. Yes. What do I do? I'm sorry, sis. I don't know, man. Hold on. Let me help some of these other people that just came in. I'm new here. Please, can I have a reading on my present, future for the next few months? I'm in bed. It's 2 a.m. here. Yes, sure. Did you want just like a quick little one, or did you want like a 5 or 10-minute one? And then we have this person's looking for a new job, and she only talks to you when the guy upsets her. Stop talking to her then. Don't talk to her when the guy upsets her. So, let's see. And I know Paloma, you probably are going to want just a quick little one. Let me know if you have a question. So with Allison, I'm just going to pull a couple for you. If you want a more in-depth one, you can just let me know, and I will do that with the, whatever I can do. Okay, so if there's not a donation, I'm just going to do a couple quick ones. And let's see. I have a reading on my present, future for the next few months. All right, present and future for the next few months. All right. All right. So we got the Wheel of Fortune for Allison. Basically, I feel like things are coming to a turning point for you at this moment, and over the next few months, things are like in your hand, okay? Like we have the Whip here. So it's like if things have not worked for you in the past, if you've gone through abusive things, and it was like maybe you feel like you've done that more than once, it's like, oh, I met this person, and then I met this person. It was like the same person, they just had different bodies. Or I had this happen, and then that happened. Or like my parents did this, and now I'm doing that. Karmic cycles. I feel like it's up to you at this time to put an end to that so that you don't have to keep going through abusive, painful things over and over and over. And if you can stand in your power, come back into the present moment, kind of like what I was just saying to that other person, get back to the present moment, meditate, focus on taking your power back, doing what's right for you, and acknowledging those things like, oh yeah, that's a pattern. And it's like, let me not ignore the red flags. Let me not ignore that this person is a representation of this person. You will go to the next level. You will meet somebody that's going to take you to the next level, or you could even already have somebody in your life that's going to take you to the next level, but it's up to you to meet yourself there too. So it's like anything that you know that's been on your side of like, I'm not worthy of love, or I'm not pretty enough, or I'm not smart enough, or I don't blah, blah, blah. The stupid things that we say to ourselves that aren't true, any of that stuff comes to an end. Because like when we allow other people to treat us poorly, we attract other people who treat us poorly based off of how we feel and believe in, you know, what we do. So allow yourself to take back your power, and allow yourself to put an end to any cycle of self-defamation, or like, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm sorry, blah, 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 or even expecting bad things to happen. Take your power back, affirm a new reality, and know that you will go to the next level within the future here. You'll be having like the divine happiness, the goodness, better days ahead. But yeah, a vibrant, lucky time with divine soulmates and stuff like that could be right around the corner for you, as long as you heal the programming and the bullshit in your mind that's been keeping you from having the good stuff now in the moment. All right, so Kim is wanting a new job. A new job. All right. Looking for a new job. Let me know, do you have a different type of question about the new job? Like are you wanting to know, are you going to get a new job, or how long, or is there something specific you should do about the new job? Like telling me that you're looking for a new job. Okay. What about it that you would like guidance for? You know what I mean? Like, is there something specific that you feel like is blocked when it comes to a new job? Is there something specific that you're looking for about it? Like, have you put in an application? Because I feel like that, especially if you're not going to pay for a reading, and I'm only going to give you a couple of messages, you'll be like, well, it won't really help you much if there's nothing there. All right, Sammy, what change does the new year bring for me? Sammy, what change does the new year bring for me? And I will get down there for the other people too. And if people want to jump the line, you are welcome to send in donations through the description box, or through the link in the or the super chats for 5 minutes or 10-minute readings. All right, we got the dolphins with peace, harmony, helpful, effective communication, playful humor, fun, collaboration, joy. So Sammy, I feel like there is better opportunities coming in the future for you, more collaboration, more joy. Are you part of my Patreon, Sammy? I'm not sure if you are or not. Let me know if you're part of it. But I do feel like, I think you might have been, and then maybe you aren't anymore. Just let me know, because if you are, I'll give you more message. If you're not, it will be a little bit shorter. But I feel like you have more peaceful harmony, like better communication, better people, like the good time. Okay, these remind me of like twin flames, divine counterparts, soulmates, higher energy, like Syrian energy, starseed energy, and you get the star here too. So I feel like moving into this new year, your wishes can come true. You may align more with your star energies or your star families with the Syrian energy, which is about emotional healing. And again, bringing in the right community, the right people, the right opportunities, that is going to help to make your wish come true. And lights just went, oh my God, I have video from the other day, some weird shit out there, but it was under the tree line. Makes no sense. I will share it soon. So yeah, try to, yes, you're in there. Okay. So, be the Hierophant over these next few weeks or over these next few months as you're going into the new year. Be committed and stable to yourself. Okay. You are stable, stubborn, strong, down to earth, sensual. Use your sensual energy. That's been another message coming up because we have something going on. I don't know, like, I don't know if it's specific for everybody, but there's been a lot of messages coming around with like Lilith, which is kind of like our suppressed stuff, right? Or like the rejected stuff. And it's also about like our seductive self. So embrace your seductive energy, especially with the Hierophant, that's Taurus energy. What makes you feel desirable? What makes you feel good? What makes you feel like a wish, like coming true? What makes you feel like a star? What makes you feel harmony? What makes you feel happy? Because I feel like that's helpful stuff coming in for you if you honor that within you. Like, I am sexy, I'm beautiful, I am harmonious, I am happy. Things may be working against me, but my persistence pays off. The Hierophant again is all about like, I'm determined, I'm dependable, I'm not going to give up. So don't give up before the good stuff happens, because good stuff is happening that's going to make your dreams real, your wishes coming true, good stuff manifesting. And your attitude is everything. So be cool, calm, collected, but also feel powerful and sexy within yourself. And you will be seeing through the facade of stuff, the things that haven't been serving you. And more communication, more ideas are going to be coming in as that magician. So you're taking everything that's around you, transforming it into more beauty, more harmony. And anybody that's been kind of like self-interested or motivated in a way that's kind of been icky, I feel like you're going to be seeing that clearly and getting rid of that. So you have better people coming in that are going to be like, okay, like better opportunities. It's like easygoing. So what, you know, more luck. And the Lovers too. So earlier I was talking about there may be even options. You may get tricked, right? It's gonna be at the fork in the road, and it's like, oh, there's an option to go with these people who I know, seem to be like the people I always seem to happen that go shitty, or these people that I have never really hung out with before or met before. I don't really know them that well. It may feel foreign to me. It may feel weird to me at first, but it may be what's good for me. Usually people go to what's familiar rather than what's best for them. So you may have that be the thing that's like, hey, if you know that some people, kind of shitty peoples, cunning and sly and did some stuff, and you meet new people or even people that did that once before coming back around, but there's another option over here with people that don't do that or look like that or behave that way. Go on the new direction, because it's going to make you magnetic, and it's going to bring all like things into your reality. You're going to be very exceptional, magical, attractive, and illuminating a better path, which will bring you to success and lead you to the head. All right, you have that will to win, that drive within you to do that. So just make sure you follow your heart and you don't let people sabotage that path, because I feel like you are going to be very exceptional, magical, magnetic. Look at that. Another one. Charming, seductive. Use your charm, use your seduction, and step outside of the comfort zone when it comes to like, oh, this is a familiar path, because sometimes the familiar isn't good for us. Be the power that you need to be so you don't end up icky, okay? So you don't go back down the path of ickiness. But I do feel like it's going to be a good year for you as long as you stay true to you. I was seeing crazy blue flashes in place no light could have been naturally. Then I looked at intently, they're vanished. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Lots of stuff going on all over the world, and like just in the backyard. I'm like, oh, hey. All right, so let me go back up here for a second. All right, I did him, I did her. So Kim said she's looking for a new job. You're welcome, Allison. If I'm going to get a new job. All right, I'm going to do her real quick. And if anybody wants a longer reading, let me know. You could donate 5 or 10 for longer readings. I'm just going to do a quick, like, is she going to get a job or not? Is she going to get a job or not? You get the 9 of Wands, so don't give up. It may not be quick, but I feel like it can happen. And we had something that's flipped in the deck. Oh yeah, the world. So you're going to be coming to the end of the chapter where it's like, I haven't been getting the job that I want. But with the Nine of Wands, don't give up. Kind of like what I was just saying. Was just, this happens a lot. People come into these rooms and there's a similar frequency. So some of the messages that I tell to others kind of like overlap into other people. So it's like, be strong, be dependable. Don't go down the same path that we've been down before. It's time to transform if you want a better outcome. But I do feel like if you hold strong, you will get the job that you want. But don't go into anxiety and sleepless nights and bullshit, because then you keep yourself in that vibration of not having that job or not having the goodness. Okay, so closing out a chapter of anxiety and like not getting the job that we want, or feeling like, I don't know, is coming. To be single, sexy, confident, independent, pre-empress. This is like, yes, I've got the job, but it's going to be a little bit of test of your soul. So just stay strong, confident, and powerful. All right. Let me go back up here. Paloma. I'm open for a quick message. I happen to be talking to two guys all of a sudden. Something has been unlocked. All right. So this is what I was saying. Okay. Earlier tonight, first couple of cards, I was like, people may have a fork in the road. You may be talking to this person, that person, boop, 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 boop. So let's see what needs to come through for her in regards to that, which you might want to listen to. You're welcome. You're welcome. You might want to listen to some of the messages from earlier too, because it's kind of like what I've been saying is like, we have the opportunity to fucking go through a metamorphosis, you know, to reinvent yourself. So if one of these guys reminds you of past guys, if one of these guys reminds you of something that feels a little unfamiliar, and it might be a little nerve-wracking because, oh my God, they treat me right, or it's like boring because they're nice to you. Sometimes we do that. We're like, oh, they're just too nice, which is stupid. You may need to be like, okay, let me go down the path that's a little less traveled in my life. Let me go down the path that's like, you know, it doesn't, oh, it may be nervous. I may be nervous, but it will take me to somewhere that I haven't been before. It will take me to somewhere that's good. It will bring me to justice and balance. Okay. So you are going through a metamorphosis. You are embracing a change. Reinvent yourself and allow yourself to just go with the flow too. Like that was one of the things. It was like, be versatile. You could date both of these people. You could talk to both of these people. Like you don't owe anything to either one of them, and don't invest into either one of them too quickly. Don't decide, oh, I like him, so I want him to like me back, because that's how people fucking go down the thing, and they end up really not okay, because then that person does whatever the fuck they want, and they're so focused on getting that person to like them instead of, no, do I even like them? So get them to be the one that gets you to like them. Be indifferent until you figure out which one of them, or if either of them, is going to be the one that feels like justice and balance for you. But you know, communicate, negotiate, have fun. Don't jump in too quickly, and you know, be adaptable. Okay, be the entrepreneur, be resourceful. But I feel like it is a turning point for you. Things are going to get better for you. It's going to be easier. But yeah, you know, and don't worry about idiot before. Okay, don't think about that. Because like this will be the time that pops his head in, and you, oh, let me just forget about both of these people because he popped his head in. No, don't fucking do that, because that's the old path. You go down the new path. Don't let anything take you off your new path. Be committed to better for you so that you can get somewhere good. You are welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. But yeah, don't do that stupid stuff. Okay, be magnetic. Be magnetic and take your time with it. You will have fun. All right. My life is getting better. Big changes. Lost weight. New friends. Awesome stars. That's awesome. Congratulations. Relocating my multi-generational family. Am I looking in the right direction? All right. So this is Katie. Are you looking in the right direction? Yeah, we got enthusiastic, sexy, like passionate, inspired. If it feels good to you, then it's probably the right place. Okay, you might want to you know, like negotiate too and look around and communicate and keep your options open. But I feel like whatever feels right will be right. Like if you're like, I like it here, this is nice, like, ooh, and you feel that, because like you'll know, you're gonna know if you walk in somewhere, you look at something and it's just like, you'll know. But like keep your options open. But I do feel like you're gonna be celebrating. Okay, like you are looking in the right area. There might be certain things within that area that aren't right for you, but you're gonna feel it within. And I do feel like there will be an exhilarating celebration, and it's going to be like like rising through the ashes, like phoenix rising through the ashes. Don't worry, don't stress out about it, because when we worry and stress out about shit, then we sabotage ourselves from what we're trying to get. So just be cool, calm, collected. Know that you're going on a path for a reason. The perfect opportunity is going to present when it's meant to, and embrace the unknown. You know, sometimes the unknown is the best thing for us. And again, like, oh, we moved. You don't have to be there forever. It doesn't have to be there forever. Like sometimes we put such a big emphasis on stuff like, oh my God, because it's such a big thing, but it's like, it doesn't necessarily mean it's forever. You know, there's always options. Like we always just seem to make a big thing inside of ourselves, and that big thing inside of ourselves causes resistance and causes us to manifest stuff that we really didn't want to manifest. So go into it lighthearted and just take it easy and know that everything is working out for you. Keep your perspectives shifting into a place of like, everything's working out for us. I know exactly where I'm meant to be. And take your time. Don't rush, you know, don't rush it. But I feel like you are in the right area, but you'll feel it when you get there, when you know for sure the right one, the right place in that area. Thank you. Thank you. You are welcome. All right. So if anybody else has a question, let me know. I do like quick little ones for free, or if you want a longer, more in-depth for 5 or 10, you can do that. There's links in the description box and also super chats. And if any of my Patreons are here, thank you very much, Katie. I appreciate it. If any of my other, I don't know, what's her name? Monica, I don't know if you left, Monica. What did was it 4242 or 4343? Doesn't really matter. It was right around there. I don't just remember for Jenny. 40, was it 40? I can't even see that. I'll probably forget to tell her anyway. My brain is like instantaneously forgets stuff every day now. Like I do something, turn around, forget that it was done. I'm like, where did I put that thing that I just had? Boop, 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 ba-doo. Let's see. So yeah, anybody in here, let me, oh wait, she had said something. I forgot. She's like, what am I supposed to do? Are you still in here? She likes a guy, but the guy isn't ready to be with anyone. Are you still in here? Will I meet my soulmate in 2025? What's the matter, mon ami? What's the matter, mon ami? You itchy? You good boy? Chunky puppies. He's a good boy. He's a chunky puppy. You get the Two of Pentacles, which is like the Three of Cups. I feel like there's kind of like we were talking about to other people tonight. There's going to be options, and depending on you will depend on if you choose correctly. It's like, which one of these do you want? And it's like, one of these things is not like the other, and the one that's not like the other is the right one. But if you choose the one that's like the other, it's probably not the right one, because if it was the other one, right, the one like before, you would already be with them, right? You would already have the happy ever after. You would be like, oh, things are working out great. But because those people didn't work out, it's like, don't juggle that, okay? Because this represents like third parties and things like that, but it's also celebration. And this is like, ugh. So I feel like there's going to be more than one option. And I feel like for a lot of people, in order for you to pick the right option, it's going to feel different than the past. It could be people that you've already dealt with, but they need to feel different from the past. Like, they can't like be repeating stupid shit. Like, let's not keep going down the path that leads us to ickiness. People who wear masks, people who fucking love bomb, people who lie, people who cheat, people who fucking do stupid shit. No, we don't do that. And we don't lie to ourselves about it. We're not like, oh, because then we break ourselves and we fall apart. It's not good. So I feel like there's going to be more than one option for you, but based off of how you navigate it, we'll be like, yeah, so you might meet your soulmate, but you might sabotage a soulmate if you go with a karmic, because sometimes we're like, oh, karmic feels familiar. I grew up with this situation. My dad was like my karmic. My mom was like my karmic. And all these other people that I dated were like this karmic. So let me keep on the same path of what feels familiar, and I break my own heart. But with the Three of Cups, the Three of Swords, again, I feel like there's going to be two people that you're going to choose, like, have to choose from. And the one that feels different is the one that should be the one that, you know, change your perspective about. You're like, oh, yep, there it is again. You're going to have two different people show up this year. One of them is the correct one, and they're saying to use your intuition and your sensitivity to inform you so that you don't go incorrect. You're welcome. Happy holidays to you too. Anybody else in here, let me know. I haven't eaten in like 2 days other than these. I'm hungry. Creation. Being creative is a wonderful way of witnessing the unfolding of your limitless creative soul. This has been coming through a lot too for everybody, like especially people like in my community and stuff. I've been noticing like getting creative, just putting pen to paper, doing something different is going to help a lot of people at this time. I am going to share a video where I show how to do that so people can observe different techniques, but you don't need my technique to get creative. Expand your consciousness by observing the divine matrix of life. Look at like the weirdness that's out there. This is another thing that's easy and cool to do. Zentangle. It's like you just make patterns. And you don't have to be an artist to do it. You just do it. There's all different ones. It's like, oh, I'm going to make a bunch of circles, or I'm going to make a bunch of spirals, or I'm going to make a bunch of lines, or I'm going to make a bunch of squiggly wings, or I'm going to make a bunch of, like, see? And then you can put them all together. And it's like, you don't have to be good at it. You don't have to be good at it to do it. You just do it. I used to do a lot of this. And it was right around the time that my life changed intensely. And then just recently I learned about neurographica. And I was like, I was doing that. I wasn't doing it knowingly. So I wasn't doing exactly to the exact way that they would have you do it. But I think it works anyways. When you do stuff like this. I have so much of it too, and it started popping up in my memories from like 10 years ago, 11 years ago, and I was like, okay. The neurographica, they have different algorithms, and the algorithms help you to basically, like, you could bring in communication, you could bring in money, you could bring in a career. So that's one of my practice ones that I did, and it's like you do some lines, you do some circles, and it's like a whole process. But I am gonna, there's different ones. There's ones that's like a mandala. There's ones that's about like colors, elements, sketching, abstract. But the basic one is like, this is my problem. I need a job. So we do it. And like we start over here with the problem. And as we get over here, we're fixing the problem. But it literally works with your neuro, like how your brain works. It helps to reprogram all the stuff up in here, because you have like little neurons up here that get stuck. That's like our beliefs get stuck. So the neurons and all of that stuff change as you change and you go through the process. It's kind of like a meditative thing too. And again, if you do a small piece of paper, it will happen quickly. If you do a big piece of paper, it will take a long time. This is another practice run. I was just, anything that has like an X, you turn into an O. It's pretty easy, but it does help. So people should do something like that, because that keeps coming through with the creativity. But yeah, if anybody else has a question, let me know. Your soul is evolving to higher states of consciousness. You are ready for these. See your adversaries as opportunities to expand your spiritual light. Let go of control. I put this back here so that I can use these. What's in there? Oh. Hello. Oh, wait, is there something? Okay, I was like, am I missing something? There's a bunch of hearts. All messages. Wait, is it doing that thing where it fucking... Thank you so much. Okay. Sometimes it, like, doesn't show me the messages, and then they all come through, like, very quickly together. I think it's good. I think it's good. I don't know. The cover up. Band-Aid. Somebody's late night scrolling, but they're pretending like they're not. Trouble's ahead. Put this over here. Thank you for the hearts. Appreciate it. I don't know if anybody else is going to ask a question. I let my Patreon people do one for free, but some of them left without asking, so I guess not. Oh shit, I still have to answer one for somebody that's in there. I forgot about it. She didn't come to the... I do 2 lives a month for just the Patreon people, and she didn't come to the last one, so she sent me a question afterwards, and I keep forgetting to answer it, so I gotta do that for her. And then I gotta answer a couple people on my WhatsApp readings. People want WhatsApp readings. Those are available starting at $5 up to $50, and they come back pretty quickly, less than 24 hours. And if you want to be in the Patreon, anytime I go live, you get free questions when I'm live. Where is this deck? Where is this deck? Oh, there it is. I know, Monument. I know. So upset. Mars is in retrograde at this time too, so you may be feeling some of that energy. What's the matter? What's the matter? Mana? Hey! Mana! What's the matter? He's mad. People could be feeling stagnant, stuck, blocked. Or mad, angry, frustrated. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Alright. Stop and look around. All you want will be found. Break time. I have a bunch of decks that I'm going to post for sale too that are like brand new, basically. Most of them are brand new. I think I'm going to do them for like 15 bucks. I just haven't decided where to post them yet. I don't know if I'm going to do them in my stories or maybe I don't know. It's hard because it's like there's only one of each. So it's like first come, first serve. But I just got to do it. There's a bunch downstairs. And then these ones, I'm selling some, but these ones are more money because they're out of print. Doreen Virtue, people sell them for like $200. Hi, you made it. Hello. Got back home getting some dinner. Okay. Yeah. I was going to be getting off pretty soon because there's nobody asking anything. So, if you have a question, let me know. Collector, I know. I have another one that's like $200 for it, and I was going to put it out for $5 freaking bucks. But I just happened to look it up. I'm like, how much is this thing worth? And it's an out of print one. And people are buying it for $200. So I was like, oh, I won't sell it for $200, but I will sell it for more than $5. I don't know where I put it. I don't even know where I put it. How did I put it? Where the hell is it? Why do we always lose everything? Where is it? It's not. I thought it was in here, but it's not. Now these are in here. Some antique things. these are like ivory fucking cuffs. And this thing, I don't know. I got a lot of shit that's worth money that my mom had. But it's like, nobody wants it. It's just worth money. She's weird. She bought a lot of shit that just is weird. Might be somebody wants it. I don't know. I haven't asked anybody if they want it. Where the hell did I put the deck? Did I put it over there? I always be like, I'm going to put this here so I don't forget it. And then I forget it. Where the hell is it? I don't know. Somewhere. Stupid. Where did I put it? It's probably right in front of my face. Is it in here? Where the hell is it? It's crazy how some stuff skyrockets in value. I know. I don't know where this one went. Oh, is it in here? It's in there! This one is out of print. I was gonna sell it for like $5. People buy it for $200. Anything that's friggin' Doreen Virtue is like $100 to $200. I don't want to get rid of all my Doreen Virtue, but there's some that I don't use. So I was like, I'm gonna sell them. I'm just gonna put them on Etsy because I saw other people put them on Etsy. But like this one, people are selling for at least $100. So I don't know. I'll probably do it for like $50 because I didn't even buy it. Like people bought it for me. I barely used it. And I'd rather eat than have a deck, you know. So what do I need to know at this time for my highest good? What can I keep working on? What does she need to know for her highest good? What does she need to keep working on? Thank you for your donation. You get the star. So what is it that you're wishing for? I'm wishing on a star. Came to my head. 2 of Cups. I know what you're wishing for. You're wishing for, you know, that. So how can you be a better partner to yourself? How can you make your own wishes come true? How can you be, you know, the person that you're wanting to show up in another? Queen of Cups, yeah, how can you love yourself? So get creative also. And that was another thing coming through tonight for people is like getting creative, putting stuff down on paper. There's a lot of different things that you can do. Like you can do some Zentangle with the intention to be a better partner to yourself. You can do writing with the intention. You can write poetry. Get creative and channel it, and so that way it manifests into the physical reality. Like what kind of partner do I want to be for myself, and what kind of partner do I want to be for someone else? But being creative at this time is going to help you to manifest your wishes coming true in love. So yeah, it'd be the Queen of Wands too. Like this is another thing coming through at this time. We have a lot of energy with Lilith, Black Moon Lilith. She's all about like our repressed sexual, like, so how can you feel sexy? How can you feel more beautiful? Where have you been repressing your deep desires? You know, get a dildo, play with yourself, do something that's going to channel that energy into like passion, desire, drive. Use sexual energy to manifest. You can use your orgasm to create your desires. You know, it's like a very powerful energy. And anywhere that you've been self-sabotaging or thinking I'm not pretty enough, or I'm not sexy enough, or I'm not feminine enough, or I'm blah, 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 put that shit away and allow yourself to love yourself and be open and adaptable too. Like keep your options open. Look for the new path forward that's going to be different from the old path, because the old path hasn't got you where you wanted to be, right? So we're looking for the new path. How can I be more so yeah, use that energy. If you got a new book about sexual manifestation, there's a reason that they're telling you to use it. There's a reason that you bought it. There's a reason that's coming up, because I haven't said that to anybody else tonight about using their orgasm. But you know, use that energy. because I feel like it's specifically going to help you. The sacred yoni magics are mighty, yes. And passion, a desire, traveling, exciting, like, what do you really want? Communicate it into this world, speak it into this world, travel, like, take action on it. Like, I'm going to do this because this is what I want, and I'm going to manifest, and I'm going to celebrate, and I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to make new judgment calls. I'm going to let go of the things that have been limiting me. Even the author wrote in a red font. Nice. That must be hard to read. I get the Tower twice too, so I feel like it's time to tear down the old. It's time to tear down the old way of thinking, the old way of being, the old way of feeling. Maybe even like what I used to wear. Maybe it's time to change up your makeup, or start wearing makeup, or a different bra, different underwear, just something different. Like from the ground up. How can I change? Like, I'm gonna put on a different type of fucking underwear every day. I'm gonna put on a different like cologne every day. I'm gonna put on a different like me. I'm putting on a different me because I want a different reality. I want to be happy. And if where I've been and what I've been wearing and what I've been doing and what I've been creating from hasn't gotten me there yet, it's time to build from the ground up. It's time to put on the sexy shoes. It's time to put on the sexy underwear. It's time to put it on. And it doesn't have to be, you know, extravagant. It's just even with intention, like, these are my sexy underwear. These are my sexy shoes. These are my sexy this. This is my sexy lip gloss. It doesn't even have to be makeup. It could just be something that you're like putting on yourself with intention. Like my different sprays that I have, there's, you know, like love spell, you know, like I'm love spelling myself. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to bring in all that energy. It is kind of small font. I bought floral pink dress from the thrift store. It's very girly, so yeah, glamour magic, yeah. Just tell yourself, you know, create yourself from the ground up. I feel like that's going to help you to heal, and it's going to help you to attract. It's going to help to release any anxiety, and it's going to help to bring in the light and the joy, and to not like keep going back down the path of like, okay, this, like, I played this card and I played that card, or I took this move and I took that move, and it ended in this way where it's like, oh, I lost. So now we're going to do it a different way. We're going to change up all those things. So utilize everything that you already have, like trust yourself too, because it's like, oh, I bought that book and I bought this dress and I bought this thing. So use the things that you already have, but acknowledge that you are on the path. You're already doing what you're meant to be doing. Right? Like, what do I need to know at this time for my highest good? What can I keep working on? Work on believing that you're on the right path, because you are. You already bought this thing. You already did that thing. You're already taken that step. You already have this to wear. You already got that book. You're already doing it. So acknowledge it and then follow through with it. You know, take that leap of faith without doubting it, or feeling like there's something else I must have to do because I can't possibly be already there. I couldn't have possibly already figured it out myself. You know, like, start trusting and believing that you've already got the answer, that you've already taken the step, and you already have the tools to do what you're meant to be doing. And if you're being guided to buy a book, or you're being guided to do something specific, trust it. Why is this ear not working? Slow, but it's coming. Yes, things are coming. Obviously, like, even that's like, even what just happened is a confirmation for you that you're on the right path. You know, like, oh, be sexy. Oh, I just bought a sexy book. Oh, wear this. Oh, I just bought that. Like, you have it. It's already there. It's not even slow. It's already there. What's slow is your fucking acknowledgement of it. Like, oh, I'm already doing it. I already got it. If you're still in here, Songs of Starlight, let me know. Can I get a message from my Sag from far away? We are talking now. See, everybody, people are talking. Mercury retrograde. So where's the deck that I just fucking had? I'm wishing on a star. This is the week I go live on Divine Essentials channel too. So the people who are members on that channel, I'll be there Thursday night at 9. All right, so we've got regret. Filled with fears and doubts. I feel like this person has a lot of regrets because of stupidness, okay? Like, I didn't do what I was supposed to be doing. I'm here, communication, haha, awesome sauce. And I feel like they just feel like they've, you know, they've done some stupid stuff, and they do want more, right? So he's holding a ring, and this is a ring of commitment. Until death do us part isn't enough. So I feel like they do want to go to the next level, but they may also just have fears and doubts about, like, making mistakes that they've already made. Hopefully he keeps opening up. Yeah. And so even in saying that, right, don't even say that of like, hopefully he keeps opening up. Just be cool, calm, collected. Just be like, I know he's going to keep opening up and I don't have to stress out about it. I don't have to freak out. If he does start to pull back, or if he does start to do something that reminds me of the past, don't go down the path of the past. Don't be like, ah, don't panic. Or do what we've done before of like, let me try to fix it, because that's usually going to push it further away. Do the best that you can do to be faithful and knowing that everything's working out at the right time. Okay, and you'll come together at the right time, and that the loyalty is there for a reason. But like, if he pulls back, let him. You know what I mean? Let him do what he needs to do, because we've already established, a lot of the girls that are here have already established that they're dealing with people that are avoidant. And what happens is, after a long fucking time of nothing, they feel okay again. Like, their desire outweighs their feelings of scaredness. So, you know, or their feelings outweigh their fear. Okay, so they have a lot of fears, and when the fears are up here, they're like, fuck you, I'm not talking to you. But when their feelings outweigh their fears, they come towards you. But then when things get too close, the feelings and the fears get, oh, so they fucking run away again and they sabotage. But I feel like he does want to be better. He does want to be healthy. He knows he needs help in this area. And some of the best ways that you can help is to just give the space when the space is needed, and not go to anxiety or reach out too much or push too much for too much too fast. Just be like, okay, whatever, dude. You know, he wants to be there to support you through everything, with your success and all of that. But the best thing you could do is to not go into the anxiety, the stress, or the worry when you start to see, because it's most likely that he will at some point need to pull back a little bit, because he's going through the levels, right? It's like it takes a little bit of time, then whoop, and then a little bit of time, and then whoop, and if, over time it should get better and get further, but depending on both people, you know, like, you should be getting better and further too. Like, you should be able to not get triggered to the degree that you used to, you know, like, oh my god, he's ghosting again, panic, let me reach out and fucking make it even worse. So the more that you're better, the more he'll be better. But yeah, I feel like he does want to continue to communicate with you. So just be single, sexy, confident, independent, pre-empress, and cool, calm, collected. And if he does anything that kind of freaks you out, just take a step back and don't let it freak you out. The more you freak out, the more he's going to freak out and run away. And then you go back to where you were, right? So just know that everything's working out as it's meant to be. We don't have to push for anything. We don't have to try for anything. We're just being. We're just living. We're just seeing what happens. And no matter what happens, it's okay, you know? Yes, be grateful for whatever progression is taking place, like Chris said. It's all good. You are welcome. Try yawning or plug your nose and blow out. I don't know what it is. It's just this side. It's weird. It like comes in and out. Oh, I'm still not there. There's a lot of delay. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Well, I don't know if there's anybody else going to ask anything. So I think I'm going to go and probably record that other thing that I was going to record. Oh, and I got to pack up that other thing. I got an order that I got to pack up. I made a candle and a spray. And I feel like there's a hair, but there's no hair. I don't know why. And then I will post. I'm probably just going to post the picture for people. And if they want to look at it, they can look at it. If they don't, they don't. You are welcome. And so Thursday night at 9 on the Divine Essentials channel, I'll be live for the members over there. And if people want a reading in the meantime, they can use the links down below. I have readings through WhatsApp. I also have some stuff on my Etsy. I'm going to be adding the natal chart thing to Etsy too this weekend, or this week. Why do I think it's weekend? It's not. My days are so messed up. Like, when it's Friday, I'm like Monday. And when it's Monday, I'm like Friday. Nice. I have to spray soon. Sure. Wait. What? I am between choosing to apply for a new job or stay where I am now. You are between choosing a new job or staying where you are now. Don't forget the Patreon question. Oh, yes. I got to put that down. Let me write that down. That'll only take a few minutes. I don't know why I keep forgetting. This isn't going to work. What is this? It doesn't work either. Patreon lady question. By the time I do it, it'll be time for her to go live again, or me to go live again. So let's see. Don't forget the Patreon. I'd rather do entrepreneur stuff. Let me send a donation. Okay. All right. So you want what? You want to stay with the job you are, or apply to a new one, but you'd rather do entrepreneur stuff? What is your question? Which one would allow you to do the entrepreneur stuff? Because you can do the entrepreneur stuff while you have the job that you have, or a new job. But is the new job, like, you got to look at, like, the common thing, right? Like, is the new, like, if I apply to this new job, does it pay more? Does it give me more time? Like, what are the benefits of this new job that I could apply to? And even if I apply to, it's not guaranteed that I'm going to get it. So I may default back to where I already am. And then the job that I'm at, I've been there for a while. I'm comfortable there. Like, does it give me enough time to do the entrepreneur stuff? I feel like the job I have now is not fulfilling. Well, obviously, because you don't want to do that, but it's not meant to be fulfilling. It's meant to be giving you what you need so that you can survive until you're doing what you want to do, which is the entrepreneur stuff. But you've got to keep doing the entrepreneur stuff regardless of what else is going on, so that the entrepreneur stuff can become the main thing. Clean your energy. Stop, drop, and realign with your highest. So I feel like Spirit's saying, like, you got to get grounded, which is another recurring message for tonight. Get grounded back to the present moment and, like, clear up your head, clear up your energy. I feel like you're being pulled in a few different directions. You're like, hey, should I stay here? Should I go there? Like, regardless, we know that, like, where you're at right now isn't forever. You don't want to be there forever. Is the other job, I feel like they should pay me more, but they haven't taken me full on. Okay, so if the other job, you could tell them this too. That's the thing. Be like, I'm thinking of applying somewhere else because you guys haven't taken me full on. You're not paying me what I feel like I'm worth. Ba-ba-da-boop. But here again, we have the message of grounding. So refresh and reset. They're definitely wanting you to get back into the present moment, ground yourself. Don't jump ahead, Also, we are in Mercury retrograde, so sometimes people make silly, crazy decisions in this energy, and then they regret it later on. Like, if the other job that you are going to apply to is similar to what you're already doing, you're probably going to find a similar thing, unless they're going to take you full term. But, like, also look at the benefit of not being there full on. Like, you can still work. Are you the time that you're not there, are you dedicating it, and are you consistently showing up to what you want to do for you? And have you even figured out what that is yet? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they want you to get clear within your energy and clear on what you actually want, and then show up to it fully, regardless of what the job that you do for money is, because that's all that is. That's just a job for money until you start making money from what you really want to do, which can be anything. There's a girl making tons of money. You know what she fucking does? She just pretends like she's calling people. Like, she makes little videos. Hey, girly, oh my God, so our friend called and blah, 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 blah. And she makes up names for people who submit stories about, like, this guy cheated on her, but this is how the story ended. And she has, like, fucking partnerships and brand deals and all that shit just from pretending that she's on the phone with people for 90 seconds. It's like, you can literally turn anything into money, but you have to keep doing it. You know what I mean? You have to keep showing up for it. Social media, your guides will create the strategy. So ask your guides to help you on what your strategy is for you, because you don't care about these other jobs. Either one of the jobs isn't the job you want. You want to be the entrepreneur. You want to show up for yourself. You want to do your own thing, which is fine. So if you want to do that, you got to commit to that, but you got to get clear up here. And then when it comes to, like, the job that you're doing for money, which one makes most sense? Is it the job that I told the manager, but he said he's trying to hire me full on. Okay, so how long ago was that? Because they will do that. They'll be like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And they just keep fucking keeping you on, keeping you on. If you want to apply for the other job, apply for the other job. If the other job pays more, has better hours, or has anything better, go for it. Because either way, the job that you're at today, you don't care about. It's not like a long term, I care about this job. If there's a better option, a better opportunity, take it. But don't let this guy like lead you on for like, oh yeah, soon. If there is something better in the meantime, take it. But also, is it better in the grand scheme of things? Is it going to give you enough time to do the other stuff that you want to do, that you want to make successful? Or is it something that, you know, is going to take away from that? And then can you commit to that? Can you commit to up leveling? Breathe deeply into your expansion. You know, prioritize what it is that you really want to stick to. And even like when you first start out and you're doing stuff and you stick to something, because I know you've jumped a lot around a lot. You've been like, I want to do this, I want to do that. Just jump, just pick something to consistently do for a while, and then once you've got it, you can pivot, you can change it up. But in order for you to get anywhere, you're gonna have to like pick something for you specifically to do and commit to do it and show up for that every day without letting like whatever the mundane bullshit job is deter you from continuing to do that. But they're like, now, like fucking first of the year, you know, commit, make the first of the year like, this is it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna take responsibility, I'm not a victim, I'm gonna be on fire, everything's working out for me, align to action, don't delay, act, take action for yourself first and foremost. And then what other job you're doing for money, just make it be the better of the two options. You know what I mean? Like a week ago. So yeah, like give them another week, but in the meantime you can apply for a different job. You know what I mean? Apply for the other job. If the other job is better, take it. If it's not, then stay where you are. But in the big thing, like not just money, time. Like, am I gonna take away more time for myself where I could be putting myself out there, being visible, and having my own thing taking off? The thing is, I need to about 8 days off next year for the travel. So what? That's what you tell people if you apply to a new job and the new job is going to hire you, you tell them that ahead of time. You know what I mean? And the job that you're at, have you told them this yet, that you need 8 days off next year? It doesn't even matter. You just fucking take it. And if some, look, that's what I hate about, like, I'm just not one of those people. I don't care. I'm like, whatever, but I quit. Like, if they're going to be like, no, you can't take 8 days off. But just don't wait forever to tell them. Just tell them if they let me go. All right, well, I would tell people ahead of time, regardless. If you get it, if like the new job wants to take you on, most people don't care. As long as you're like, hey, in 4 months or 6 months, I'm going to need to take 8 days off. They don't care. But like, if they're like, no, that's not possible, you're still going to go, right? You're still going to go. So just take the job until whatever, and then fucking quit when it's time to go on the thing, and then find a different one. And corporate does suck. It's like, you're not supposed to be there. This isn't long term. Don't let this place control how you feel or what you do or what you don't do, because it's not long term for you. This isn't where you're staying forever. This isn't what you want to be. This is what you want to be. You just said, I want to do the entrepreneurship. So commit to the entrepreneurship and just let this be a paycheck. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Don't let it be like, oh no, it didn't work out. I'm committing to travel. Yeah, well, that's okay. You can do that. Schedule now. Schedule it now. Let them know now that you're doing it. And if they're not okay with it, then find another place that will be. But your angels are here for you now and forever. But you got to commit to the thing you want to do, and not let these other places manipulate or control where you're going to go, or keep you from pivoting into what feels good. What feels good for you. Tune into what feels good for you. It's neither one of those options, but you're going to have to stick to one of those options in the meantime. But whatever one makes more sense, do that, you know? And even if you apply to the other job and they don't hire you, or like something doesn't work out there, there's other jobs. There's always going to be other jobs. There's always going to be another job. There's always going to be another opportunity. But you shouldn't worry about that. You should be worrying about getting your shit to work so that you don't have to worry about those other opportunities. So you don't have to worry about that. Like, you could go on a fucking vacation, whatever you want, if you're doing it on your own and you don't have that other stuff. I got my family pressure, so tell them to go fuck themselves. Tell them to go fuck themselves. Breathe deeply into your expansion. Like, you're making up excuses for your future. Like, this is your future. What do you want? Who cares what dad wants? Who cares? I feel dad will be upset if I leave to travel. Is it his life? Is it his job? Who gives a fuck? Too bad, dad. I worked all year. It's my money. I'm gonna go. Don't let people control you. That's not okay, man. That's not okay. And don't. Why? That's not fun. A lot of people are like that. A lot of people worry about the parents. They worry about the job. They worry about like what everybody else thinks. What about what you think? What about what you want? This is your life, and you're not getting any younger. You're not going to have more time to do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Don't let dad or fucking corporate or anything like that sabotage what you want out of your life. And if it doesn't work out, then it wasn't meant to work out, But do what feels right to you. Apply to the other job. See what options they give to you. Your mom and dad shouldn't like keep you from traveling or living a life that you want to live unless you're completely like irresponsible all the time and messing up every day. But I see that you've been working and you're trying. So it is 8 days, man. It's not like 8 months. I could see if it was like, I'm going to travel for 8,000 days and not work at all and just quit everything and see how it goes. But even if you did, it's your money. It's your life. Even if you're like, you know what, I'm not going to work corporate anymore. I'm going to buy a van and I'm going to travel the country. Nobody can stop you except for you. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks or says. You get to do what you want to do. Don't let other people pressure you into living a life that you don't like living. That's all. That's what I do. That's what we were just talking about too in the other reading. You know what I mean? Like, what do you feel inspired by? What feels exciting to you? Like, you're an adult. Who gives a shit what dad says? No. That's why they still keep me around at that job. See? Yeah. Well, if you've been responsible and you're not asking for astronomical amount of time off, even it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Don't let anybody stop you from doing what that's the conditioning of our society. People are like, oh well, you're not gonna like it, so I'm not gonna do it. Do you like being told that you can't? Do you like being stuck somewhere you don't want to be? Do you like being like under someone's thumb? No. Your Capricorn energy you can't do that. I couldn't do that. No. Do what you feel guided to do. And if it feels right, then do it. If it doesn't feel right, then don't do it. But don't let someone else dictate what feels right or not. Like, if what I'm saying to you doesn't feel right, then it doesn't feel right. But same thing with dad and everybody else. Do what feels right for you. Even my manager said he had heard the job I'm doing well. Good. Yeah. Well, take all of that expertise, all of that energy, all of that knowledge, all of the wisdom that you're gaining while you're working for other people and know that. So like when I go to work on my own, I could take all of those skills and show up just as much for myself. My mom was always an entrepreneur type person, so she will understand. Just do what you want to do. Don't be crazy. Stay at a place just because, and don't let them delay things. She used to cut her hair as a young woman for the extra cash. Awesome sauce. You could do whatever you want. You could do, that's something from somewhere. Do whatever you want. You could do whatever, where is that from? Do whatever you want. You could do whatever you want. You could do whatever you want. Where is that from? Now she has a cleaning service. Work for her, man. Go work with her. Get some more cleaning people. Get your own business, I'm sure, like, if your dad married your mom and your mom does all that type of stuff, then, like, he can't get mad at you for wanting to follow a similar type of path. But what you need to do is take all of that, like, I'm so good at this, and people notice how good of a job I do, and turn that into what you're doing for you, All right. Good job. All right, guys, I'm probably going to go now, and I'm going to record some of the other stuff, post some of the other stuff, do the other stuff that I got to do. I got to go package up a candle and a spray, and I got to do the reading for this girl, and, yeah. I did cleaning with my mom, too, at one point, but it was her cousin. We cleaned office buildings with the, what do you call it? The vacuums that were like Ghostbusters. You could do whatever you like. Yes. You could do whatever you like. Awesome. Thank you very much. All right, guys, I will be back on the Divine Essentials channel for Thursday night at 9 for the members. Over there, it's $2.99 for the membership, and you can ask a reading, or you can donate while I'm there, or you can be a part of my Patreon, which is $5.55 a month, and everybody gets a free question when I go live. I go live every Monday here. I go live over there on Thursday, the second Thursday of the month, and then there's a lot of readings that I do throughout the month on my Patreon. So you make it's a good deal because it's usually $5 for one reading. So it's like 4 $5 readings plus there's like 3 readings a week minimum that come through for the Patreon for fucking $5. So yeah, there's awesome source. Thank you very much. I will buy 10 of each. 10 of each. We did houses. Thank you. Yeah, I did house cleaning too at one point, but didn't enjoy that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Who is that? Who is what? A second Melissa? I don't know. There's a Paloma. You and Paloma are similar energies. Is there more than one Melissa, or are you just crazy? You didn't write 10 of each? That's weird. Maybe we have a, you're not typing that? There could be a weirdo out there trying to do something. I don't know. We've been having a lot of, like, glitches in the Matrix. I don't know which one's which, man. I would delete the wrong one. I'll be able to tell, though. Channel activity. You've been on here for 10 years. 11 years ago you've been on? No, you haven't been here. Okay. So this is you because you've been on for all of those lives. Let's see. 10 of each. Let's see. Channel activity. Joined 4 years ago. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? You little fucking weirdo. Hide. Bye. Yeah, we got rid of that one. They joined 4 years ago and pretended to be you. So, that one's faked. That's weird. Alright, I'm gonna go. 1555555. That's fucking weird. Bye. I know, you've been on for 11 years. That person was on for 4 years. They took your picture just to be on here to talk. I'll figure it out. Oh, I'll figure it out. We'll know who it is. Alright, I'm gonna go because now it's disconnected and shit. Thank you guys very much. Namaste.